From Washington State to Alabama, Victoria and myself make a massive road trip to our home state of Alabama. But along the way, we will stop at many national parks, a whopping 8 of them to be exact. So come along with us for the ride while we go wandering with Bert.
I look like I'm in the Blair Witch Project.
So, our road trip began quite early, which fortunately got us to our first national park rather quickly. From Washington to Oregon to now California, it was time to enjoy the Redwood National and State Parks. The camera does it no justice how tall these redwoods get. Until you get to see them for yourself, it doesn't make much sense. Some tower up to 350 feet tall. That's about 45 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty. Then from trees to ocean breeze, we stopped at the Cuchul Visitor Center for a nice break, and then we made our way to a drive-through tree. That's right, a tree you can drive through named Chandelier Tree. The hole was cut back in the 1930s, and after nearly 100 years of vehicles driving through, it was now our turn. Oh, we're going through a tree. You're good on this side, baby. Oh, that was so cool. We went through a tree. She's driving back around because she wants me to get her picture going through the tree. I think this will be so cute. All right, can I multitask and do 2 things at once? I think so. So cute. You did a good job. Don't hit me though. After driving down the coast of California, we eventually made it to Kings Canyon National Park, and we are on a mission to meet a local giant, the 2nd largest tree in the world to be exact, and I'm talking about General Grant, the 268-foot tall giant sequoia. Only one surpasses it. We'll see it later.
Oh, jeez, I lost my balance.
Although not quite the tallest of the trees, Sequoia's diameter dwarfs other neighboring trees. Now we drove to Sequoia National Park, which had a recent fire, but we pushed forward to the largest tree in the world, General Sherman.
It's dark, but there is General Sherman. I'll try to lighten it afterwards, but that is one massive tree. All right, we are walking back to the car. We went to go see General Sherman, and it's a big tree. I was only really able to get a few photos, so I'll show those now. It was really pretty, but we got in a little late, and now we're walking back to the car in the dark. But we are pooped, and we're just gonna make it to our hotel tonight, hopefully.
After a good night's rest, we made our way down to San Diego, where we would visit my brother and his wife for a nice tour of the city. We would start off visiting Balboa Park, which had many beautiful spots to enjoy, especially if you enjoy some good architecture. We would also stop at the USS Midway. Unfortunately, it was closed. But next was dinner at a fantastic spot I highly recommend called Hodad's. They make an incredible burger. Now it was time to rest up before we hit the road again, but not before seeing my brother's chickens. They also have these 2 golden doodles named Navi and Leia. Can you guess what they're named after?
Oh no! I'm gonna throw it. Hi-yo! Hi-yo!
After a family reunion, it was off to Joshua Tree National Park. Unfortunately, the visitor center was blocked off due to swarms of bees. But there was a nice trail we walked which even had some ancient relics on the path. There was even our first of 2 lizards spotted while in national parks. They tend to be camera shy, I guess. From California to Arizona, we are now headed to our next resting spot for the night in Tucson, which met us with an incredible sunset from our Airbnb of the night, and gave us a nice sneak peek of our next park, Saguaro National Park, because those are saguaro cactuses in the yard.
Look at that, it's a prickly pear cactus. I've never actually seen one before. I'm not gonna touch it, but ooh, spiky.
Saguaro National Park is home to many of the planet's saguaro cactus. They can get up to 60 feet tall, making it the largest cactus in the world. It was one of the unexpected beauties I hadn't known about Arizona until the trip. So we got a whole bunch of different types of cactuses. We got this type. It's got those on it. I'm not gonna get any closer than that, but yeah, those are spiky. It looks like there's a spider web in there too. And then you got this, which I'm guessing that is a cactus. I can't tell. I want to touch this to see. Yeah, that is a thorn. It is right behind the leaf. Cool. Very nice. It's very long. And then you got the old faithful type cactuses, the saguaro cactus. Then you got some prickly pears back there. It is in fact saguaro, not saguaro. I have educated myself since my visit. This is a beautiful spot to stop and admire the desert's beauty, especially if you're up for a little off-roading. Prickly pear candy. I get behind it. It's very nice. You want to try some? There you go. Not bad. You like it? Yeah. It's very yummy. With New Mexico now ahead of us, we would then stop at White Sands National Park for an impressive view driving through the gypsum sand dunes. That's what makes the sand so white. I highly recommend you bring your sunglasses while venturing in this area. Kind of hard to walk on too, but it sure is pretty. And it was also time to play with our second lizard. You're very tiny. I'm not gonna mess with you though, I'm just gonna film you. You're so tiny and cute. I wanna try to get a photo now of you, okay? No, wait, I wanted to get a photo too. Unfortunately, we would have car trouble after driving on the sandy roads. It was either sand related or bad gas. But we stopped in a small town called Alamo Gordo for the night and had a nice breakfast that next morning. But now we're on a mission to squeeze a national park into our itinerary that wasn't originally there. Well, we made it to one that we weren't even going to stop at until yesterday. We had some car trouble, but we decided to stop at Guadalupe National Park. So let's go check out the visitor center.
Guadalupe Mountains.
Guadalupe Mountain? Oh, it is Guadalupe Mountains. Oops. The mountain landscape was incredible to enjoy, and we only did the visitor center, so be sure to give it more time than we did. Now, I'm pretty sure those are blister bugs in there. Those things sting you. They hurt and they leave a nice little welt. But, yeah, pretty little cactus. I'd hate to fall in it. Next up, and personally my favorite of the entire trip, was Carlsbad Caverns National Park, back up in New Mexico. Carlsbad has an impressive underground cave experience you can walk down into or take an elevator. We chose to go the elevator route, and with good timing too.
Before they go in, if you're not a person that likes to touch rock.
Alright, we are in Carlsbad National Cavern, and we did not think we were going to get in today because we actually had some car trouble yesterday. But we're in. We were able to get in, so we are slowly going down. So excited to see it. My ears are already popping. I can feel it. Can you feel it?
75 stories.
75 stories? Dang. Oh, wow. Alright, so my GoPro doesn't work well in this cave. So everything that I film is going to be on my iPhone. I look like I'm in the Blair Witch Project. The iPhone captures some of the beauty of this enormous cave. I was just impressed mostly by the sheer size of the room we had just walked through. Definitely one of those things you need to see for yourself. Also, for a short time, we got stuck underground with a group of people. Luckily, we would eventually escape back to the surface of our final national park of the trip. It was bittersweet, but next was getting to Texas, then Louisiana, Mississippi, and finally, Alabama. I hope you enjoyed wandering with Bert on this road trip home. If you did, please let me know what your favorite spot we stopped at. My personal favorite was Carlsbad Cavern or Sequoia, both seen in complete darkness, so be sure to get out there and see it for yourself. I highly recommend it. Be sure to check out my last video where we travel to Iceland. And with that, I will say goodbye until next time. Goodbye.